3. So right here, we're defining our LED in pin 38. We're setting our brightness at 255 to start, and then we're going to be using Boolean for turning our light on and off. So in our setup, we have our serial monitor reading, and then we define our pin as the output, and then we're starting our pin at max brightness. So in our loop, first we're going to check to see if there's anything in our serial monitor. And if there is, we're going to read until we start a new line. And so if I type in on, that means our Boolean command is true. We're going to set our brightness at max, and we're going to print that our LED is on. If not, if I type off, we're going to turn our LED pin off, and then it's going to type that our LED is off. And then if there is something else in our serial command, we're going to look at our new brightness, which is what we're going to type into our serial monitor, and it's going to be ranging from 0 to 255, which is for the LED pin. So the new brightness is going to be what we type, and if our new brightness is greater than 0 but less than 255, our brightness is going to be our new brightness, and then we're going to change our LED to the brightness that we type in the serial command window. And then if we don't type on, off, or we go outside the range, we're going to get invalid input. So here I'm going to upload my code. And right here, our circuit, we have our LED connected to ground, connected to 220 resistor in series, connected to pin 38. So starting off at max brightness, open up my serial monitor, on, off, back on again, set my brightness to 30, 50, 200, 255. If I go outside the range, I get invalid. So I'll just go back in, set it at 50. So now I'm going to upload the code.
Where are you going to upload the code to?
My ESP32S3. And while we wait, my circuit is the same as used in part 1, and it will be the same for part 3. So now I'm going to open up my serial monitor, and so it shows I'm connected to Wi-Fi, and this is my IP address, which is the same as in my processing code right here. So now that my code is uploaded, I'm going to connect to an external power source, so it's only run through the Wi-Fi. Connected. So now I'm going to run my processing code. So here we go. Whenever I press F, my light should turn off. On. And whenever I press the down arrow, it should decrease in increments of 15. And so as you can see, my light is dimming. And now I'm going to go back up in increments of 15. And if I exceed 255, I get error, brightness is out of range, and it stays at max. Now I'm going to go back down. All right, so for part 3, we need to use the Blink app on our phone. And so here we just get our Blink print going. And this is our Blink template ID, our name, and our authentication token, which we need to put in our code to actually connect to our template. And so we're going to be connecting through Wi-Fi once again, and then we need to add the Blink library to run Blink in our code. So here's our Wi-Fi information. Here we define the LED pin as pin 13, which is a PWM pin. So let me go ahead and move it over right there. And then we're going to start off at max brightness, and then our LED state is going to start at 0. And so here we just read our serial monitor, and it's going to be a 1-second delay, and it's going to print this. And then here we define our pin as our output. And then this is just going to tell us about the status of our Wi-Fi connection. And then here we actually connect to Blink using the authentication token and then our Wi-Fi information, and then we're gonna print that we're initialized. So our Blink write commands is where we're gonna actually interact on the app with our LED pin. So VO, that's gonna be our slider for our brightness control. And then so our brightness is gonna be read from our slider on our app. And then whatever our slider value is, it's gonna change our LED brightness to that. Then it's gonna print what our brightness is. And then our V1 is going to be our on-off switch. So if our LED state starts at 0, that means it's off. So we're gonna turn our LED off, and then we're gonna print that our LED's off. And then if not, our LED state is either 0 or 1. So if it's not 0, that means it's 1, which means it's on. So we're gonna turn it to whatever our brightness is from our slider. Then it's gonna print that we're on. And then in our loop, we're gonna actually run the Blink connection. So here I'm going to upload my code. Then I'm gonna open up my serial monitor, and we're connecting, and we're initialized, and this green means that we are connected. So, oh, awesome. Oh, it's working, sorry. So now we're on, off, on. Give it a minute, that should be max brightness. I'm gonna go down, it dims, dim it even more.